Hey guys, my name is Miska and welcome to Overwatch Central. So today I'm here to talk about a couple Chinese news pieces that are sort of related to Overwatch, one directly, one indirectly, but we're gonna get started with the first one, which is the fact that you can now sort of buy in-game currency in China. This is due to some Chinese gambling laws that have recently been passed. The first part of it forced gaming companies and anyone around gambling to reveal the exact chance of winning. And in Overwatch's case, that gambling is buying loot boxes and what you could win are cosmetics. So Blizzard had to reveal drop rates for rares, epics and legendaries and some other details that have now been published. But anyway, to stay on the legal side of things, Blizzard have been forced to make some more changes. And this time around you can actually buy in-game currency. So in China right now, if you're playing Overwatch, you're essentially buying in-game currency and then receiving loot boxes as a gift to that. But if you look at the amount of currency you receive, it is actually quite laughable. So the highest tier is the 50 loot boxes, and as you can see here, you only receive 120 in-game currency. That's barely anything. So you might be like, well, why are they doing this then? Why are they forcing you to buy in-game currency and then you're getting barely anything for the money you're spending? Well, it really is just to get around the legal side of things. At least it seems to me and probably everyone else here. But yeah, the 120 in-game currency plus 50 loot boxes will cost you in British pounds around £27. That's around $35. So it's actually still a pretty decent price. And I think loot boxes are actually more expensive in other parts of the world, at least here in Europe. But yeah, this is interesting to see regardless. Essentially, you can actually buy in-game currency in China now. But to be honest, the 120 in-game currency is irrelevant compared to the currency you'd get from the 50 loot boxes in duplicates and just coin drops. But yeah, I thought I'd cover this since I thought it was kind of interesting that we have these regional changes to Overwatch. So I hope you guys found that interesting too. Anyway, we have another news piece also from the land of China. But this time around, it's not really about Overwatch, it's about this thing that sort of wants to be Overwatch. It's another one of those mobile games that sort of rips off Overwatch, and it's extremely similar to the game in terms of the maps, the characters and everything else. Meet Soldier 9527 and the panda that just looks a bit too similar to Winston, along with their version of Mercy, and just a range of copied maps, anything from Lijiang Tower to Temple of Anubis and much more. It really is quite shocking that companies just keep doing this. It's really impossible for me to say if they'll get away with this or not. I'm sure there'll be some sort of legal action. But either way, yeah, you got Overwatch on mobile, it's some sort of FPS MOBA thing. But they barely show any gameplay, and for a very good reason. I actually managed to find some gameplay. You can probably find it yourself if you just look on YouTube. But this is definitely not a good looking game and it doesn't play very well. But regardless, it's pretty funny to see this happening. Especially the copied heroes, their new names for them and all that stuff. So I wanted to show this to you guys real quick. I'll leave the link in the description to the website. You can actually click around there yourself. You can translate the website with Chrome or any other translation tool if you want. And yeah, it's just pretty fun to have a look at actually. Other than that, there hasn't really been much news at all. Season 5 is in full swing, and testing is still happening on the PTR with the latest changes. Maybe we'll see some more stuff this week, but who knows. That's basically it though. Buying in-game currency in China for a lot of money and getting gifted loot boxes. And also the mobile rip-off version of Overwatch. I think this is the second or maybe even third one we're seeing. But I do hope you enjoyed this video. That was it for this time though. Thank you very much for watching. Do subscribe for more Overwatch content. We got some pretty interesting guides type of content coming up. We know you guys like the master guide, so this is going to be similar to that. And a bunch of other interesting stuff lined up for June. Alright, thanks again for sticking around. Do like the video if you enjoyed it. But until next time, take care and we'll see you then.